Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to another ranking video, this time on Radiohead, one of the most talented bands on the earth right now. And this was well, sort of a request or suggestion by Spacel3AF on the Weezer video I did. I actually was thinking of doing Radiohead a few times, and I kind of wrote that down as one of the ideas, but I kind of thought, oh, I want to wait till I have like some more physical copies from them of namely Pablo Honey and King of Limbs. But you know, don't sit on your ideas, right? And unfortunately, I always have gaps in these rating videos, except for like the 311 one and the Matthew Good one or something. But that's just how it is. I mean, you know, money is sometimes tight, or I do get money, and then I go, oh, you know, I'm gonna go buy this now, or this new thing, or this new band, instead of working on the collections. So, of course, Radiohead formed in the late '80s, kind of as like a jangle pop sort of band, like the Smiths by way of, you know, U2, like old U2. And they were called On a Friday, and then you know, they worked and worked and worked, and eventually they got to that debut record which had Creep on it, and became huge alternative stars. And but then veered into a whole other direction and became this kind of very experimental and progressive, not prog, but very progressive sounding and in their creation type band. So number 10, of course, is going to be Pablo Honey. But I'm not gonna say it's a weak album. It's actually pretty good. It just doesn't hold a candle to what the band went on to or were capable of. It's crazy to think that it's all the same lineup, and they're kind of doing this grunge thing. I will say, as overplayed as it is, Creep is my favorite one from that record, but I just don't see how Creep is far and away like the most played Radiohead song. I guess because it was the one that actually got into the mainstream, and they went too weird after that. But it's kind of sad that it has like 8 million streams on like Spotify, and then the next song has like 3 million or something. Um, but you know, that goes to prove that the popular songs aren't always the best songs. But I think off Pablo Honey it is the best. Though, you know, this album is very, not underrated, but kind of, it shouldn't get all the flack it gets. It's okay for what it is. You is good, and Thinking About You. Number 9 is going to be, yes, I'm including it, but an EP, My Iron Lung. And this, I know that these songs were all recorded while the Benz was being recorded, but this is a nice kind of, it feels like the gap, like bridging the gap between Pablo Honey and the Benz. And of course, you have the album cut, My Iron Lung, and then you have some cool stuff like The Trickster and Permanent Daylight. I really don't feel like these are their best B-sides, though. Like, they have some interesting B-sides for sure, but they're not really from this era, in my opinion. Um, but you know, it's good. Yeah, it did come out in '94, so it really did bridge the gap between the two songs. And then, of course, in '95, the Benz came out, so this is going to rank as number 8. Which seems like an injustice, because, man, these are good songs, and there's not really a weak song on here. I like all these songs. Black Star is really cool. Nice Dream is just really kind of airy and nice. Bones is a good rocker. The Benz is amazing. The title cut. Love the album cover. Planet Telex is oh, such a good opener. Oh my god. And then I didn't even mention the singles. Just when I was a teenager, Just was one of my favorite songs ever. Now if I was to rank it in the Radiohead canon, it would be like number 30 or something, and it's still amazing. I love it. It just rocks. Fake Plastic Trees is such a well-written single, so good. High and Dry is great. Street Spirit, Fade Out. Oh, great record. Where am I putting these? Alright, so next up is going to be the King of Limbs, and And when it came out, I didn't like it at all, which is why I didn't buy it on release date like I normally would with Radiohead. I remember a friend of mine and I were at a party, and we decided to walk home, well, to my house at least, together, and it was like a 40-minute walk or 45 minutes. Actually, it probably was that on a good day, but because we were just at a party and kind of tipsy, it probably took us like an hour, but we were taking our time, having fun, talking about music, and we were talking about Radiohead, and then it dawned on me, because it was after midnight, and we didn't get home till about 2 in the morning, I think, and it dawned on me while we were talking about them that, oh, they released a new album, it came out today, we got to go home and listen to it, and we were going to go hang out anyway, and then we hung out and we listened to the King of Limbs together. I don't usually listen to a record when it comes out with someone, and we were so disappointed, and we said, "Where's the soul? And where's OK Computer Radiohead and In Rainbows Radiohead?" That was his favorite Radiohead record, and we were so disappointed. And we listened a few times, I think, and then we just started talking about old Radiohead, and then it's like, okay, put on OK Computer or something. But and then yeah, for a long time I wasn't really a fan of it, and then it took like 6 months or a year, and then I thought, this is really good. And it not just the B side. A lot of people go, yeah, the B side's good, but I don't like all the fiddling around on the A side. But the A side has some great stuff, and it's only 8 songs long. I think maybe the record could be a little longer, because it's at that weird awkward point between EP length and full length. Like, put 2 more songs on it. Put Daily Mail or Staircase, or These Are My Twisted Words, or something cool like that. But yeah, it's completely underrated for what it is. And I mean, people are gonna say, how can you put that above the Bends? Well, I can, because they're both amazing, but I just like what they're doing here. And the Bends is great alt rock stuff, but this is Radiohead really spacing out and branching out and finding new sounds and new textures, and I just really respect that. And I don't really have these in order, do I? Sort of. They don't go with the order I wrote down, actually. Okay, so next up is going to be, and I have it in one of these cases because I don't like these cases, but the Pay What You Will in Rainbows, which, this kind of started a new trend in the record industry, and a lot of people talked more about how this was released than the actual content on it. But man, they go really strong on this with 15 Step and Body Snatchers, Nude, Weird Fishes, Arpeggi. I mean, I could name the whole record. All 10 songs are absolutely amazing. Jigsaw Falling Into Place. This is kind of more than the few records that came before it. It's a little more commercial. It's them kind of, refining things a little bit, but never to the detriment of the quality or the ambition. But it's a little more song-oriented than, say, Amnesiac or some of Hail to the Thief, or, of course, Kid A. So it's a little bit more, not poppy, but kind of song-oriented. And to actually just put it at 10 songs, obviously King of Limbs, like I said, only has 8, but I think they sort of did a disservice. I think they could have put a couple more on, because, of course, In Rainbows Disc 2 eventually came out, and it's like, oh, you can buy these 10 songs again, but you get another 10 songs. But yeah, I mean, for what it is, it's absolutely stellar. And I mean, again, it's a testament to the band's quality that I'm putting that so low. What are we at? 5 already? We're in the top 5. Top 5. Okay, so yeah, I guess it seems so low, but yeah, looking at the list, seeing what's above it, yeah, I guess so. Amnesiac is number 5. And this is definitely a way more difficult listen than In Rainbows is. It's very ambient in places and krautrock in places, and I mean, it's got some of their best songs in my opinion. I love I Might Be Wrong. Absolutely love Pyramid Song, one of the most dreamy songs ever, like ethereal, it sounds like what dreams are, and the lyrics really convey that and bring that whole point home. Life in a Glass House is great. You get another version of Morning Bell, which is even better. This copy is a little dusty. Anyway, that's why it would be nice to have it on LP. Yeah, and the instrumental songs are really cool and very, I don't know, kind of like, when it came out, I was not listening to that other kind of music, so I feel like Amnesiac is one of those, 10 or so records that really expanded my horizons and how I thought of music, to be and all that kind of stuff. Number 4 is Hail to the Thief, and I believe this was the first Radiohead record I actually bought. I think 2003, yeah, probably, because I heard They're There on the radio and I loved it, and then they performed 2 + 2 = 5 on Radiohead on Letterman, and I was like, whoa, like, and man, it was a great performance. Look it up if you can, if it's still up. But yeah, just an amazing record. The thing was, though, my teenage self didn't really get it. Like, I threw on the record and I liked those 2 songs, and I didn't like any of the rest of the record. But then the next night I decided to come back, and then I thought, oh, okay, I like those 2 songs, plus Sit Down, Stand Up. And that's it. And then on a third listen, I thought, oh, actually, I like, I can't remember. I think it was A Punch Up at a Wedding. And then one by one, they all piled on. And eventually, after about 13 listens, I liked the whole record. But some of it isn't very immediate. It's definitely more immediate than Amnesiac, though. Because these are actual songs with, lyrics and choruses. And Amnesiac only had that on about half the material. Which, it is kind of a companion piece to Kid A. They could have called it Kid B. And then this is, of course, its own new thing. Go to Sleep is amazing. Backdrifts. Wow. Myxomatosis is just crazy, like them going in a very electronic way. That's why people that were kind of blindsided by King of Limbs, it's like, well, Radiohead do that sometimes. It's not, they really weren't all guitar music, they were till the Bends, and then OK Computer had quite a bit. But then they really kind of went away from that alt scene. Yeah, really, I get why people think this is kind of uneven, but I don't think there's a bad cut on the whole joint. And I've been saying that since the Bends, so that's how you know you have a quality band on your hands. Oh man, the top 3 is hard for this band. Oh my goodness. Okay, I guess it's gonna be OK Computer. Number 3. How? Like, it's a perfect record, though. It's perfect. Wouldn't change any of these songs out. Climbing Up the Walls, oh my goodness, immense. Electioneering, wow. Maybe their best rocker. That one hits so hard. If I ever saw Radiohead live and they pulled this one out, that would be absolutely just stellar, like life-affirming. Let Down is a great song. Karma Police, what a single. Oh my goodness, that whole second half. And one of the few videos that I ever thought was effective. I don't like music videos, and I really didn't like the Paranoid Android one, because the song is like an 11 out of 10, and the music video is stupid in my opinion. But yeah, the Karma Police video is effective because it's just memorable. Like, for a young person, yes, it's almost on the verge of boring for the first half till something actually happens, like he lights the match or whatever. But yeah. Anyway, we're not talking about the videos. No Surprises. No Surprises is probably my least favorite one. And if that's your least favorite track off a record, wow, you have a stellar record. Yeah, it's probably a 5 out of 5 star record. It's great. Airbag. I mean, I've been talking about some of their opening songs, but wow, like that song hits hard. And that song kind of conveys, wow, Radiohead after the Bends, which was amazing, but wow, they're really going in a different direction. And the whole drum track, the way that's going, I think they were really influenced by electronic artists and stuff like DJ Shadow more than other rock bands. Whereas on the first record, you can hear the Smiths influence coming through and stuff like that, which is great. But by here they were deciding to, be influenced by other things and experiment with other sounds and really be the Radiohead we know today. Like, they developed so quickly, and they were just amazing, and they still are. I hope they release some more stuff. Yeah, this is really hard and might be controversial because of what it makes my number one. But yeah, I'm going to put number two as Kid A. Just like OK Computer, amazing record. 5 out of 5 stars. Everything in its right place into Kid A. Wow, what an opener. The National Anthem with one of the best bass lines ever. And when they played this live, like, again, Radiohead are one of the few bands I love that I haven't seen live, that's still active, I should say. But man, the live versions of this song, like looking up live versions on YouTube, immense. That bass line and those kind of discordant horns, those are great. How to Disappear Completely, I forgot to mention it off this one, but exit music for a film. That's kind of this LP's exit music for a film. Just absolutely jaw-dropping, just stellar. And they're both the song 4, so they both have kind of a quieter cut as their song 4, but completely effective. Just Radiohead doing what they do best. Tree Fingers, great instrumental. I think they should have put the extended version on here, because it obviously would have fit. It's a 10-song record. Yeah, they should have done that. Optimistic, maybe my favorite Radiohead single. Love Optimistic so much. Just love how kind of robotic it sounds, but also the very humanized, if you try your best, you can. And I'm not gonna do Tom's falsetto, obviously. In Limbo, Idiotic, one of their best electronic songs ever. Just a crazy song. And then Motion Picture Soundtrack to bring it all home. Wow, just that's a wow right there. And this one wowed me and just continues to do so. And I'm not going to be popular for picking it as my number one, but it's been out for... When I heard this in 2016, I thought, and I think this came out the same year Black Star did. Or was that a year later? I can't remember. But I was like, wow, career best in both regards. And it's like, no, dude, you won't be saying that when the newness wears off. But now it's been 5 years, so I think I can say that. This just knocked me off my socks, and it's all very dreamy. There's no kind of rock song. There's no electioneering. There's no really obvious single outside of maybe Burn the Witch, which was the kind of teaser to the record, and it is the first song. But it kind of lulls you into this false sense that, oh, maybe they're doing the Hail to the Thief kind of stuff again. But then Daydreaming comes on, and it's very, and I mean this in a good way, but meandering, and, well, it's apt, but dreamy. And one thing I can't remember, but I swear happened, and I don't know, like, maybe it's during my blackout years or something, but, like, I swear that I saw the video, and the only time I ever saw it was in a movie theater before some movie was playing. But now I don't know if I dreamt that or whatever, or if that happened in, like, a, you know, Mandela effect, like an alternate timeline or life. Because I swear that happened. But that's one of my favorite Radiohead songs ever. And then, yeah, it doesn't let up. But really, if it makes you mad that I'm picking it as my number one, you know, on the first hand, well, too bad. But on the second hand, if it really makes you angry, then this is number one. There. Or this is number one. Because if I show it the right way. Because really, these are all 5-star records. And the next, you know, 5 in the placement or so are all, you know, 4.5, 4.75, you know, Hail to the Thief. Yeah, they're all so good. And that's just Radiohead. They're amazing. It's like they're 5 aliens creating this stellar music. And I feel like they're this era's Pink Floyd. Not that you can compare either band sound-wise, and you know, I think that both bands were kind of progressive without being prog rock or actual progressive rock, but they are progressive in a sense that they're furthering the sound of their genres and expanding the limitations of what rock music is. And I think that they'll continue being a completely influential band, and I cannot wait to see what Tom and the boys cook up for us. Tom and Ed and everyone, Johnny, and yeah, I think we're maybe due for an album this year, and that would just be mind blowing. And I hope when all this shit is over that they tour and I can finally go see them, because I've seen most of the bands that are actually still active that I really like, but haven't seen Radiohead somehow. I think because they don't usually come to this part of the world, but they have once, and I couldn't go. And oh man, a Radiohead concert would just be absolutely mind-altering, I think. Anyway, so that's it for that one. Plenty more videos coming down the pipeline. Let me know what your favorite Radiohead records are. You can rank them if you want to. And thanks for watching all the way through, and we'll catch you on another one. Take care, everyone. Peace out.